Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing 5 beginner-friendly Valentine's Day inspired nail art designs. We're going to start off doing a dripping cherry design. I already have 2 coats of a light pink as my base color. After that is cured, I am going in with some red and my dotting tool to create the cherry. So as you can see, I created 3 dots, 2 on top, 1 at the bottom, and now I am connecting them all to create a cherry shape. Drawing cherries aren't that hard. You just need a round shape and a slight curve on the top. However, if you're new to nail art and you're having trouble with what seems like even simple nail art, breaking it down into smaller shapes is easier. So as you can see, I drew the 2 dots on top and then 1 at the bottom, and then you connect it, and it's just an easier way to get to the shape. You can start off drawing your cherry smaller, and then if you want to make it bigger, you can. I decided to make mine's bigger because I do have a big nail. So I'm just taking my nail art brush and going around, making that shape a little bit bigger. Also, at any point during the design, you can cure it. That way you have your design set and you don't mess it up when you move on to the next part. This is the next part. It's going to be the drips. So I made 2 lines going down. You can squiggle them a little bit. They are supposed to be drips. And I made one shorter than the other. And that space in between them, you want to make sure you round it out so it looks like an arch. Instead of just having a line going straight across, it looks better when you round that out. You can make these lines as long as you want. I do recommend making one longer than the other, or you can do one line if you want. Those are basically the drips. So now I'm going to do another cherry, and we're going to have them connecting slightly. So you can take your dotting tool and do the same thing. We're making that round shape with a little bit of a dent on the top, and I'm just going to go ahead and connect it to that first shape that I made. After you made the shape, you're going to add drips to this cherry as well. After you're done making the cherry designs and the drips, you can go ahead and put your nail in your lamp to cure, and we're going to start on the next part of the design, which is the bottom of the drips. You can also do that when you're drawing the drip lines if you want. But if you want to kind of set your design so you don't mess it up, cure it before you get to this part. So these are the bottoms of the drips, and you're going to take your dotting tool, dip it in your color, and just make some dots. After you add it to the circles, ends of all of those drips, you're going to take a nail art brush and connect those circles up to the lines. So on each side of the circle, you're going to bring it up and kind of curve the line so that it looks like a drop. This part is important because it's going to make your drips look more natural. As you can see, it just looks like a line and just a circle at the end of it. And doing this part, connecting that circle to the line, makes it look more like a drip. It just makes it look better. So don't skip this part. After you're done doing that, you can put your nail in your lamp to cure. After your nail is done curing, this is what you should have. And your design may vary. Maybe you made your cherry smaller, maybe you made the drips longer or shorter, but this is a general idea of what you should have. Now we're going to start on the details, starting with green gel polish, a skinny nail art brush, and make 2 curved lines going up and connecting. So where that little dent is in the cherry, the top of the cherry, you're going to make a line going up and curve it so that the stems connect. Try not to draw the stems too thick or too thin. We are going to outline it, so you don't want to have them too thin, but any thicker than this, I think it looks a little weird. So after you're done drawing them, you're going to put our nail in a lamp to cure because we're going to start with other details. Now we're going to take a skinny liner brush, dip it in some black gel polish, and we're going to outline everything. Try not to make the outline too thick. It's always better to make the lines on the thinner side because then you can go back in if you want to make the lines a little bit thicker. But if you make them too thick, then there's no going back. So you're going to outline everything, including the stems and the drips. You can do this bit by bit if you need to, so you can draw some lines and then cure it, draw some lines, cure it. That way you're making sure that you don't outline everything and like mess it up accidentally before you're done, and then you have to wipe it off and do everything over. So it's always easier to work by sections and then cure it so your design is set, and then come back and continue on. After you're done lining everything, you're going to cure your nail and you are pretty much done. The last part of this is some lines for a highlight and a shadow, which is basically just some black lines along one side and some white lines along the other side. I somehow lost that footage, but this is how your nail should look. So as you can see, I have some white lines on one side of the cherries that is like your highlight, and then on the other side there are some black lines for our shadow. And that is it for the dripping cherry designs. We're going to move on to the next one. I already have a pink base color. You're going to need two colors for this nail design. And I'm going down one side with some red gel polish. I'm going to apply some of this as best as I can. You make sure you go straight down the middle. And then I'm going to take a liner brush and clean up that line in the center and make sure it's nice and straight. After I'm done with that, I'm going to put my nail in the lamp to cure. And this is what you should have. Basically, one side one color, the other side another color. Now on the light pink side, I'm going to take some red gel polish and we're going to be making a heart in the center. And one side of the heart is going to have the opposite color. So I am dipping my dotting tool in red, starting to make the heart, the top part of the heart, and then I'm going to bring it right down so that it is touching the red side. Taking my nail art brush and I'm going to fill in that side of the heart and make sure, all of the lines are clean and it looks good. So after that, I did cure it, and now I'm going to start on the other side of the heart. And we're doing the same thing on this side except in the opposite color. This side is going to be a little more tricky because you do have to get it the same shape and size as the other side of the heart. So just take your time. I do recommend drawing like a line right down the center and work your way out when creating the heart. The good thing is that you don't have to cure it until you are satisfied with how it looks. So this side of my heart did come out a little wonky, so before I cured it, I just took a flat brush. I did dip it in a little bit of nail polish remover. You can use rubbing alcohol as well. And I just patted the brush off so there's not excess nail polish remover on it, and went on the side of this heart just to get it more even with the other side of the heart. So once you're satisfied with how it looks, you can go ahead and cure your nail. I went in with a second coat of this color and I just made sure I cleaned up the line that's in the center of the heart. And this is how your nail looks. We're pretty much done. If you want to add something else to it, you can, but this is how the design looks. You can apply your top coat and move on to the next nail. This design is going to be a tic-tac-toe design. Instead of circles and X's, we're going to be doing hearts and X's. So take your skinny nail art brush, make two lines going down the nail. How long you do the nail is up to you. I'm making mine like in the center of the nail. And once you've made 2 lines, you're going to make 2 more lines going across those 2 lines. I just try to have the spacing in the center of both those lines. I try to make those the same size. The length of the lines, whether that's even, I will worry about that after I have my lines down. So now I'm going in with more gel polish and making those lines a little bit thicker and making sure that the height of them are even. Once you're done with the lines, put your nail in your lamp to cure. This is how mine look. Take your time with this. I also did clean up the ends of the lines so that they look nice and flat and straight. Made sure they were even. Again, you can perfect the lines before you fully cure your nail. And now we're going to start with the X's and the hearts. I'm going to do 3 of the hearts in a row, like, like you won a game of tic-tac-toe. And then I am going to add some X's randomly and also a couple of more hearts. So it basically looks like the game was played and whoever had hearts basically won. So I'm creating my hearts here, making 3 circles, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom, taking my nail art brush, and I'm just going to connect all of those dots that I just made and fill in my hearts. I did want to make it look like people were actually playing the game, so I made sure I counted how many X's and how many hearts I drew, and I just wanted to make sure it made sense, as opposed to like me drawing 3 hearts going diagonal and then the rest of the spaces having like X's or even leaving some spaces blank. I just wanted to make it look a little bit more realistic, I guess. So this is how my nail looks so far. I'm going to continue drawing some X's and hearts until we are done. After you're done filling in all your spaces, you can go ahead and apply your top coat, and that's it. So the next design is going to be some candy heart nails. I already have a red heart there. I actually started a different design on this nail and didn't use it, so I'm going to use it for this design. I'm going to use my dotting tool. You can take a color of choice and create my heart. So I made 2 circles for the top of my heart. You can make 2 circles at the top and then 1 at the bottom and then connect it to make your heart. I do recommend you make one side of the heart just slightly bigger, and I'll show you why in a few, but we're going to fill in our heart and then cure it. So now I'm going to go in and make this red heart a little bit bigger just on one side. Again, I started a different design on this nail, so this heart was pretty symmetrical, but I want to make one side of it just a little bit bigger. So I put my nail in a lamp to cure, and now we're going to outline our hearts. I am going to draw some more hearts. You can draw more hearts than this. You can make your heart smaller or bigger. It's up to you. But you're going to outline them with black gel polish. So now that we fully lined the heart, this is why I said make one side of the heart bigger. As you can see, this side of my heart is a little bigger than the other side because we're going to make another line. So starting at the top of the bigger side of the heart, you're going to make a line going down to the point of the heart. So you can already see where this is going. It's making it look a little bit more 3D, like a candy heart. This part is optional. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I do feel like it makes it look better and it adds a little something more. So now I'm going to do the same thing to my red heart. So after you're done outlining, you're going to cure your nail. This is what I have so far, and you can leave your candy hearts like that, or you can write some words on it. I don't really have too much space to write, so I'm just drawing an XO on this one. For the red one, I am going to leave it blank, and I am gonna draw some more hearts as well in different colors. And for the other hearts, I'm gonna do the same process. Just draw the heart, cure it, outline it, cure, draw a line on the side, and I'm gonna draw another word on this one and then draw another heart that I'm gonna leave blank. I am just going to leave it at 4 hearts. You can draw as many as you want. After you're done drawing all your hearts, you are pretty much done. Apply a top coat and we're going to move on to the next design. This is going to be a French nail design with hearts all over it. So I have a base color, I have like a nude, and I'm going to draw a white French tip. I like my French tips a little bit higher. Also, my nail is on the longer side, so I drew my French tip almost to the center of the nail. How you do your French is going to be a personal preference, but once you're done drawing it, you're going to cure your nail and we're going to start drawing hearts over the entire nail. You can use whatever color you want. I'm going to use red, and basically I'm placing 3 dots over the nail, like in random places, just to see where I'm going to place my hearts. I am drawing 2 dots on top, 1 at the bottom, and then I'm going to connect those dots with a liner brush to make a heart shape. And again, you can draw how many hearts you want. You can make them smaller or bigger, but this is pretty much the design. You're going to draw a whole bunch of hearts over the entire nail. Once you're done drawing your hearts, you can cure that, apply a top coat, and you're done. And that is all for today's video. These are all of the designs that we did today. I hope you try them out. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you are a beginner in nail art, please just practice and be patient with yourself. This is why I make these videos breaking down beginner nail art, to show you guys that it is achievable. Sometimes you just need to kind of break down the art a little bit more. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.